Okay.
And we need to do some of that when we get rid of this snow.
And he said 2 people for retreat.
Well, no,
He-
first you need short though.
Yeah, here's the thing. Let's not play with him in the house, but you might take him to the basement. Okay. I like when I got a little puppy. I'll sit down right here on that rug, lean up against the couch, and I got a couple of socks with a knot tied in them, or a couple of rope toys.
Okay.
And I'll have the puppy will climb up in my lap, and I'll show them, and I'll pitch it across the room, and they'll scamper over and get it. And of course, with me sitting there, what are they going to do? They're going to run back over there and climb in my lap, and I'll mess with them and pet them, and then I show them toy number 2. I don't take the toy. I show them number 2, and they drop, and I pitch it. And I never give the puppy as much retrieving as they want. Okay, so now I've got a toy, he's got a toy, and I want to stop the game. I pull out a biscuit, get them to drop the toy, pitch the biscuit away. I got both toys, and when the puppy comes back, I've put them away.
Oh, that's
And
sneaky.
we're done, yeah.
That's a good way of doing
Yeah,
it. That's sneaky.
Yeah, and you can do that in the yard too. Just
Okay.
put a biscuit in your pocket, let him outside the potty. Then when he's finished looking around the yard, it's like, okay, now what? That's when you come in with the fun thing. But don't give him, you want just enough to get him fetching and enough to make him less competitive with you, and then you're done. Okay, so
About
doing
how
that,
many minutes is that?
huh?
About how long is that?
It could be 3 or 4.
Not that long. though.
But as he gets more and more interested, you start doing more, and pretty soon you could probably kill a dog for retrieving. But you really
Oh, honey, you put that on his
Sheesh.
door.
You
Put that
develop-
outside his door.
you develop retrieving interest
Put it back
by
on the
doing
door.
less retrieving.
This isn't your house.
Okay.
You gotta respect
That
his
makes
house.
sense.
Yeah. You
Break
get him hungry for it, and then you're done.
8.
Retrieving and stealing and coming when called are 3 behaviors that are very much interlinked.
Just put on the
Brady
door.
Christopher.
You can put on the door.
Put it on.
Okay. Do you need to sit down? Huh? Do you need to sit down and rest for a minute?
No.
Then you need to leave these alone. If you touch them again, if you touch them again,
We'll find a naughty
if
corner.
you touch them again, you'll go sit over there. Okay?
Oh, gotta love this age.
Yep.
If you touch that again, you're gonna sit over there. Do you want to go sit over there?
No.
I'm
Okay.
filming the nanny right now.
Well, you know, around here, we just take them down and throw them in the pond.
Yeah, it's not. It's frozen.
Yeah, so?
Yeah, so I'll cool him off right away.
You can sit right there. the whole
Yeah,
time.
we're doing Brady training.
Hey, Brady,
Oh,
you wanna go to the zoo?
oh.
If you wanna go, you gotta learn to behave, and I want you to behave with mommy and daddy too. Sit down,
No. Come on.
Brady.
Now, can I correct him, or does
You're-
he have to correct him if he's
you're
under
daddy.
his?
Well, he's not under any command, so anybody could go
Brady.
direct.
Okay, all
Your
right.
daddy
He's
asked you to sit down.
Not
Please
following
sit
a
down.
rule. He
Because you're
hasn't
not
disobeyed a
following the
command.
rule.
But he
Go there, now,
Sit.
there you go, good.
1,
The point I was making there is
2.
that anybody could go correct him because he's just
3.
failing a rule, like snitching out of the
You
trash.
know what?
Okay.
I'm really disappointed.
You didn't
I
tell
don't
him
want
to
you
stay.
come
You
to
didn't
my
tell him
house for a
anything.
while.
No.
He just knows he wasn't supposed to cross
He's
that
under no
boundary.
command, and
Okay.
he's free to
Your
wander
daddy
around,
asked you
do
to
whatever
sit
he
down.
wants.
That
Okay.
means you sit down. And
Okay.
that's not okay.
Now, those chain collars go on a particular way.
No, your daddy said sit down. That
You
means
drop that through there
Oh,
like
you stand here.
that,
Just stand here. It's okay.
and then you see,
Just
when you
stand.
pull down
That's
on that, it makes a P.
Mm-hmm.
You can stand here.
You
That's
don't
fine.
want a 9 or a Q.
I don't mind, but you're
Okay.
gonna stand
Oh,
here
okay.
because
And,
you will not be blunt.
Brady.
So I make a P out of it, and with the puppy looking at me, I put it right
We
on
love
like
you.
that.
We
Okay.
really appreciate
Now,
a little boy
when
who
my
acts like
puppy
a good little boy.
Is over here in the
And
heel
you're a good
position on the
boy.
left side, you'll see that ring comes up from the bottom,
Okay.
and a collar across the
Understand?
top, see how it falls loose?
You know how to
Okay.
behave.
Or it would if
because
there
you
wasn't a
didn't
lot
like
of
that in Grandma's house.
Trash on
You're
my
a good boy.
demonstration building here.
Brady,
No, that makes sense.
do you think you could behave now? Okay, give Grandma a hug. I love you, but honey, you gotta respect his house. This
Now,
is his house.
The way our house is, we don't have a fence at all. In our back, we have a big, giant open space.
So
So
him out
what's,
there on a long line or a retractable leash, and put the retractable leash on a flat buckle collar, because he has to pull a little bit to extract
it,
it,
right.
doesn't he? You
Right.
don't want him doing it on the choke collar.
okay,
No pulling on the choke collar,
okay,
even a little bit.
okay.
Okay.
you get home, you have a question, you call me.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, and I've been walking him mainly in their open space, so he would know the open space.
Right.
So he wouldn't go anyplace else. So I got him to know the open space. That's
I think
kind of
what that
his-
does is teach them to know the open space. I don't know that that'll teach them not
To
to
stay,
go other
yeah.
places.
Okay.
As dogs get older and they're in familiar ground, they start getting bolder. The puppy that you couldn't run off because he's dependent now begins to leave you to investigate squirrels and animals and things like that. So I take him out on a long ride for now. I take puppies out off leash, but as soon as they start getting about this age, I start putting a restraint on them.
Okay.
And then, once I've trained them for open space off-leash control, then we're back off-leash again. You think as they get older, they get better, but they actually, they don't, they get
Okay.
worse.
They get a little adolescent.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
What you thought was control was actually just dependency. Yeah.
Yeah, because we could see that, because when we first got him, he was doing really good with
Oh, he was right
staying
beside
near
me.
us and coming when we called him,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he started venturing out.
He started having his own
Uh-huh.
agenda, didn't he? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you felt like he needed more training as time passes here, we could do a couple of things. For his retriever training, I do, his hunting training, I do private instruction here, once a dog's been through the program. I can refer you to a club that you can get into as well. And then if you felt like you needed more obedience training, if you were traveling on a trip and he's kind of at a handful of a stage and you don't want to bother with him, then bring him here and we'll give him a week's work. So the 3 weeks at minimum is for his first stay here. After that, we can take him for short periods of time, like
Okay.
if you were all traveling together or something.
Okay.
We only do training, we don't do boarding, so it's a little more expensive.
Well, that's
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure a refresher isn't a bad thing.
No.
I think Dick and Brenda need a refresher.
Refresher.
Yeah.
CJ, do you remember him, Dick and Brenda Carpenter?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Black dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him to come out for a lesson. Tell him to come out for, tell him I said hello, come out for a lesson, won't cost him anything, we'll get him sorted out. Yeah. I think it's been a while.
It's been a
I
little
think
while.
Yeah.
Dick and Tyler need to come for a lesson.
Yeah.
Do you come consistently, should you come consistently back and work with them?
Well,
Is
you
that
take
what
as
you're
much
saying?
lesson as you need to. I think a lot of times people will have a puppy dog trained here and they go home and things are going well, and then the dog gets into adolescence where all of the issues they had are different now. You have issues of dominance and off-leash space, and the dog's becoming a watchdog and becoming more adversarial with the family, and they may need to come out at that time and have another lesson with me. Because the issues with a puppy are basically management issues, but the issues with an adolescent have to do with dominance and control.
What's the age of an adolescent?
Usually 8 months.
2?
A 2-year-old dog is a late adolescent, 2.5 for a young adult for most breeds, but some breeds mature a great deal more slowly than others, some more quickly. I've known, German Shepherd females under a year to be loose in the house when the owner goes away and never touch anything.
Yeah.
You do that with a lab, you'll come home to a wrecked house.
Yeah.
And the dog will have swallowed half of what he chewed up. The flat-coated retriever that I have is easily 6 months to a year behind the Labrador in growing up. They're very slow maturing. which
Because
I
I've always had
like that.
we've had we've always had the shepherds.
Yeah, sheep
So they
breed.
really,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
the shepherds just seem like they,
They're more responsible, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, I've heard it said that shepherds are kind of born guilty. Yeah. I used to have German shepherds myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
we always had a
Years ago.
shepherd.
Now chows, if they're not antisocial, are the easiest dogs in the world to raise. They raise themselves, house train themselves, they don't get into anything,
Chows?
and they don't bark. Yeah, easiest dog in the world to
I
live
always thought they
with.
were tough.
Well, they don't mind
I've seen
y'all that
some
good,
mean
but
ones.
they're easy to live with if you don't have expectations for them, And if they're not, yeah. Now we're trying the old, I'm just over here sniffing and I'll sneak up on the door routine.
I can hear him.
See, there's a puppy studying his options.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to the door, I'm just sniffing around. No.
No.
Now what happens if the dog retreats into the room? You notice I don't like to go right at his neck there, do I?
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick up the leash, I'm gonna walk up here, and I'm gonna go, don't get near the door. So we get our correction in.
Okay.
It's important to say no from a distance to pinpoint that mistake. Then you can quietly walk over to where he's broke the stay. You don't want to rush at the dog. It's just intimidating.
Okay.
Maybe.
But if I pick up that leash and I walk up to the door, he's going to go. And then you can tug him away.
Okay.
He's like, I
You
just
have a
want
dog
to
now?
go.
No, I don't. I'm thinking about, I've always had a dog. When my life changed, I haven't got one. It's just I'm never home.
Yeah.
I travel a lot. And,
Do you?
Mhm.
Well, it does make a difference.
Yeah, I just got back from Africa. and
Oh, wow. How
Yeah.
nice.
So went to China.
Terrific.
Yeah, so I've had some fun trips.
Yeah.
That little head. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. He's like, which one? Which one? I give up.
I'm trying to think if we have any other questions.